Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get the meeting started. Thank you so much. So call to order the meeting of the Gravenhurst Accessibility Advisory Committee. And we are going to go right into the adoption of the agenda. The recommendation is that the agenda of the Accessibility Advisory Committee meeting dated February 20th, 2025 be approved as circulated or amended. May I have a mover? Judy, and a seconder? That would be Karen. Thank you. And may I have a show of all hands accepting the agenda, adoption of the agenda? Okay, thank you. And disclosure of pecuniary interest. Anyone? Hearing none, we will move on. Approval of the minutes. Recommended that the minutes of the Accessibility Advisory Committee meeting dated January 16th, 2025 be approved as circulated. May I have a mover, please? Karen, seconder, Penny. Show of hands, all in favor, please. Thank you. Motion carries unanimously. I don't see any deputations on here. And our working group reports, we don't have any because we're going into our new 2025 work plan, which we'll be talking about under new business. So next we have the other reports. So the first one is mine, the District Accessibility Advisory Committee update. We only meet a couple of times a year, and they have finally established the next meeting, which will be virtually on May the 26th. At 1 p.m. So again, it's virtual, May the 26th at 1 p.m., and I'm happy to send you all a link to it, but it's also available publicly on their website. Okay. Any questions? And if you have any suggestions for agenda items, you know, now in the next month or so is a great time to provide those to me, and I can forward them on to the district group as well. Thank you. Our Community Living South Muskoka update. Kelly is unavailable to be here today. Please note in our minutes from our last meeting, there are a couple of events that are happening. One is March the 6th at the Community Living South Muskoka is partnering with Trillium Lakeland District School Board to host an event that promotes inclusive employment. And also April the 5th, they all are holding an event that brings awareness to adaptive sports. So please take a look at their website and attend if you're able to. That would be great. Okay. And Judy, we have the Gravenhurst Trails Committee update. Do you have some questions or things you'd like to ask us before you embark on your first meeting with them?
No.
Can you turn on your mic and I'll turn mine off? That's
Sorry. There's no update. I haven't heard from anyone, so I've just been thinking about what I would want. So I'm gonna be asking questions, and that's why I said if any of you have any questions or thoughts, you could email me and I could take it to the first meeting next month, which is a week before this meeting. So it will be fresh in my mind.
excellent. Thank you. I'd like to open the floor up if anybody has any thoughts or perspectives for Judy right now about trails, anything to think about, questions, perspectives. I mean, for me, I'd like a trail that obviously anyone can travel, whether you're in a walker, in a wheelchair, walking, etc. I also like signage would be wonderful so that I have a sense of how long the trail is, how difficult the trail is, any elevation changes and things like that. So that's sort of where I'm thinking about, but
Okay.
yeah.
And I was thinking the same thing. And then a place where you could go on and off before it ends, and then they could have different challenges for, and that someone in a wheelchair wouldn't need to go there, or just, yes. And I was thinking of a rating system. Like on a cruise ship, the excursions have a rating system for the different challenges, and
That's a great perspective. And I think we've all seen trails that have been rated like that as well, easy, moderate, difficult. So you have a sense of what you're walking into or rolling into, as the case may be. Yeah, that's a very good perspective. Anything else from the committee? Okay. I sent Judy a couple of emails today, probably when you were in transit coming here, about things that I saw on the AODA website, as well as things from General Trails website. And so I thought it was kind of interesting to see perspectives on that. So I look forward to hearing more about any other questions you guys have, and also what you bring back to the next meeting. Thank you. Okay, anything else? Okay. Unfinished business, don't see any. All right, moving on. We have 2 new business items. So the first one is the 2025 Working Group Establishments. Jonathan, you want to walk us through that?
Yeah, so the committee's work plan was approved by council last week. So with that, you're free now to establish your working groups if you like for the items on your working plan or work plan. And with that said, there's 4 main objectives we have. Technically, we can probably get around with maybe 2 or 3 from what I'm looking at. Because the first 2, the review of municipal policies and plans, and the accessibility plan, the multi-year one, can be tied together. Sure. So the first 2, the review of the municipal policies and the Graven accessibility plan can go hand in hand with the same group. I have a feeling that we could probably work on the municipal policies prior to jumping into working on the accessibility plan, because more than likely the multi-year plan will reflect what we determine or create out of the municipal policies. So it would be a very heavily intensive working group, a lot of work to be done throughout the year. So the commitments would be pretty high. I would spearhead this as I helped create the one from 5 years ago, 5 years ago. But I would need help being able to like review, provide information, do some research to put into not only the plan, like the multi-year plan, but also the municipal policies, because this will also look into what other accessible features and like the Braille signage or QR codes per the report that I put out or gave the council last year. So it's fairly expansive. That said, though, if there's a need to break it out into 2 working groups, that works as well. But if everyone coming together into one, having understanding from start to end, right into the end of proposing everything to council, it just probably would be easier for memories and work going forward through the year. Now, with that, the Advocacy and Education Working Group probably can continue the same as it was last year, doing the same efforts. This, though, time working with Community Living South Muskoka to put together that success story piece, and also with our communications department as well, or division. The last one would be the ongoing review, internal review of the development plans. That is ongoing. However, a part of that would be proactively reaching out to the community, to the organizations that do work and conduct capital projects, to see if we can actually get their plans to review them. One of them, the middle one, which regarding the information plans from the planning department. I'm going to work with them to see about figuring out a timeline for us meeting when we get those plans, you determining that you guys want to meet to review the plans that I get, and then providing commentary to the planning division in a timely manner. Because I know their timelines have shrunk over the last couple of years. So whether it's feasible for us to be able to receive the plans, determine a date within relative timeframe from when we get the plans and to provide feedback, we'll have to see if that's feasible. But the other one, the first one in terms of capital projects for the play spaces and all that, town departments know that'll be coming here. So, for example, the Gull Lake Park play space. So waiting on that whenever it comes, it'll be in front of you guys in this committee. So.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jonathan. So we have 3 working groups. The first one is about policies and the multi-year plan. The second one is the education working group. And the third one, I call it the plans review, so plans that are coming forward from the different areas. So who wants to pick which working group or groups they'd like to be on? Judy, do you have a sense of what strikes your fancy?
Well, one time I was with
Can you turn your microphone on? Sorry, and I'll turn mine off.
At one time, I was with the educational group, but the last bit I was working with Dave and Ralph, and unfortunately didn't get anywhere because of health reasons. So I will go anywhere you want me to. So I will fill in.
You're wonderful and crazy all at once.
Why not?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So, Penny, is this something that you join in as well? I don't recall.
I haven't been part of it, but I probably would be, oh, sorry, that is you, Judy. Yes, through you, probably the education. Yeah, I think that sort of interests me the most.
All right, so education for Penny. Judy, you're anywhere, all right. And Karen?
I was thinking of education.
Okay, great. And Sandra?
I'll go to anyone,
Oh, okay, all
wherever
right.
there's needed.
Okay, great. What about the working group number 3, Sandra, for you, for plans review and stuff? The working group number 3 for you, the one that's on there now? Yep. Yeah. Is that okay?
We may not need a particular working group for that.
What do we need then? Because you're just going to talk to them and make sure that they get their stuff here when they're supposed to get their stuff here?
It may not require a working group because us or the committee going out, for example, looking for plans to review as they come, it may not require a working group, and the other 2 wouldn't because it'd be coming to the committee as a whole. The capital projects and plans from infrastructure and the planning departments ones. So we probably won't need a working group to review because the committee has to review and provide comments. If
Okay.
the working group were to get their hands on it before coming to committee, it just prolongs the process, I think, and might as well have it all into one group.
Okay, so you don't need any help with number 3 is what you're saying? With this one? Sorry.
We don't need any help?
I'm sorry. So to clarify, my mind's a little muddled, 10 leaks. In order to accomplish this last one, it's something that you're going to take on to make sure that the groups are bringing things forward in a timely manner for us to review when we're supposed to review the appropriate things?
The first two bullets, yes.
Okay,
The third bullet is up in the air in terms of growing out those external groups.
okay,
So if someone wants to take ownership of that themselves, or if you think it deserves having a working group to start actively looking for those external groups and what they're doing. Again, this is per direction or recommendation by the committee, so I don't know what the extent would be involved with reaching out to those external groups.
okay. Well, how about I just put myself on,
Watch duty.
pardon me?
Watch duty.
Watch duty, yeah, there you go. Watch duty, yes. Okay. So, what do we have? We've got Karen and Penny on working group number 2, the education group. We've got Sandra, I kind of put you on this one too, so maybe maybe this is, we don't need you on that one, right? Well, I was going to put you on the last one, but Jonathan's telling me that we don't really need a working group for the last one. So how about we put you on the first working group, the first 2 lines where we deal with municipal policies and we write the multi-year accessibility plan. Jonathan's going to lead us in that. Yes, yeah, okay. Yep, okay, all right. Sorry. And Judy? Sorry, did you have something? No, okay. Judy, what about if you work with Penny and Karen on the educational aspect of it, okay? If you've done that before, that'd be great.
Fine.
Awesome. And then I guess I'll help Jonathan and Sandra with the policies as well. And I'm wondering if Kelly will also join us as an affiliate, though, for the education working group, since that's one of the bullets is connected to her affiliate organization.
If she wanted to join any of the others, she could.
Right. So please have the minutes reflect that she can join any others if she wants.
Just to know, we have to create a motion that establishes the working groups and the members in them. So in this case, if we're looking to appoint or place Kelly in any of the working groups, we would want to do it now, as well as any members who are vacant or not vacant away today.
That are away today?
We can
Okay.
delegate since
Okay.
they're not here.
So we have to be careful, though, because any one working group can't have more than 3 voting members, right? So we already have education full. The other one is policies and the multi-year plan, and then not really much for the last one. So we'd have to put, we have Sandra and myself in the policies and multi-year plan. So we can put Ralph in that one as well. Okay. And then there's no place for Dave right now because we're already filled. So we could ask Dave to just be our eyes and ears when things come back with updates and whatnot, and from his perspective and his years of experience, give us some feedback on things. Okay, what do you guys think? Are we crazy? No? Penny?
Through you, are we working to a time limit, to a date?
Well, this is what we're supposed to accomplish in 2025, so that is our time limit, is to get it done before the end of the year. So I think it would be helpful if each subgroup get together and look at their directives and try to figure out what their timeline is for getting as much of this done as they possibly could. Does that seem reasonable? Yeah, okay. What do you guys think? Good? Okay. Any other comments, perspectives on this before we do the motion? No? Okay. So the idea, I'm sorry. Yes,
Sitting on these committees?
okay. Okay, we're going to have to see the motion first, right?
No, we can verbally say it.
We can verbally say it?
Get the gist of it, because you have it written down.
I do. I do.
It will be formalized in the minutes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Thank goodness. Oh, good. She has something written.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, I love her.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So we have a motion, be it resolved that the Accessibility Advisory Committee establish the following working groups for 2025 and be comprised of the following members. So the first working group will be the Municipal Policies and Multi-Year Plan Working Group with Sandra Williams, Barbara McNeese-Stallard, and Ralph Cullum. The second working group will be the Advocacy and Education Working Group with Penny Varney, Karen Raymer, Judy Ring, and Kelly McClelland, Kelly McClelland as our an affiliate. I'd like a motion, please, and I think Sandra, you were going to motion. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Could I have a second, please? Judy, thank you. All in favor, show of hands, please. Thank you. Motion carries. That's wonderful. Thank you, everyone. It's really going to be a neat year to see all the work that we're going to be able to accomplish. And I know we're not going to accomplish everything. That's just a guarantee, pretty much. But the more we can accomplish, the more we can help this town and help everyone in the town and all the tourists that come to the town as well. So it'll be good. Great. Okay. We have, for new business, the Muskoka Lumber Community Center Tour. So we have our new center in Bracebridge, and they have gotten together and given us a time and a date when we can meet. So Karen, Sandra, and I are going to go on Monday, March the 3rd at 1 p.m., and we're going to meet them in the lobby, and we've got a council member and then Counselor, is it DUI? No, I can't remember his last name, I'm sorry. We have a council member and also Diane Lloyd from the Bracebridge Accessibility Committee, who will be meeting us there and taking us on a tour of the facility. So again, our perspective is to bring that information back to the committee for the March meeting, which unfortunately I will be missing. So I hope my two colleagues can bring that information back to the committee to update them on the tour and all the cool accessibility features that we see in the facility. Any questions or any additions? No. Okay, great. Okay, any correspondence? No? All right. So I think we are at the end of our meeting then. We need a motion to adjourn? Yes. Yes, I'm sorry, Sandra, go ahead.
Maybe this isn't the right spot to do it, but I think we need more committee members.
Yeah.
How do we go about that, Jonathan? Other than ask people to join. How many can we have? We
So
used to have a lot more, and of course, with sickness and stuff, I understand. But if you can't participate, this is putting it on too many shoulders. It seems like we're always doing everything.
So per the ODA, there's no limit for how many we can have. The majority of the members, though, have to have a disability, though. So we can't police anybody about that. But in terms of getting more members, The process would be any sort of amendments to the terms of reference, which states the number of members, citizen members on the committee. It would go before council before their review and approval, and once done, we would go out and looking for other individuals wanting to stay on the committee. With that said, though, our preference and our best practice has been 6 members. Any more generally on other committees have been troubling. It doesn't solve necessarily projects being fulfilled or attendance, really. Because quorum, we're pretty good for quorum with the members here. And in terms of work plan, it's only the handful of items to work on this year. While labor intensive, it's just a handful of items. So from staff perspective, it works well with what we have. However, we would defer, I guess, to your necessity to have more. And that question would be how many you're looking to include or add to the membership.
And I'm not being nasty, but if people can't participate in the committee, then I feel they should step down. And I'm not sure how you approach that. I'm not saying they should or they should. I'm just thinking, if you can't come and you can't participate in the various things that we're doing, then you're not part of the committee.
It's a fair point. So there is a process through the policy, the subcommittee policy, where if a member is unable to make it for 3 consecutive meetings, or I think it was over 50% of the meetings of our previous year, then we reach out to them saying, are you still willing to participate? What's your commitment to the committee? It's directly in responsibility between the chair and the staff liaison to the individual, so I can't comment on any individuals who are currently absent today and whether we've reached out to them. However, you are correct, though, in the saying that if you're not able to participate on the committee, you should probably rethink about.
It just seems to me that we're missing out on someone who would be really willing to participate and be part of the committee and be helpful. And like Kelly coming on this committee has been amazing. And so certainly there's other people out there in the community that could do as much. You know?
Thank you so much, Sandra. I think it's fair to say that Jonathan and I have got it in hand, and we're working on what we need to work on. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay, are we ready to adjourn the meeting, or any other thoughts? Karen, you have to turn your microphone on.
Last one here, first one.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. I vote to adjourn.
Oh, okay. Do I have a seconder, please? Okay, I'm going to take Judy. And all those in favor, show of hands. Thank you. Motion carries. Thank you so much, everyone. That's great. Good.